Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we are continuing our S-rank run of Dark Deception with the crazy Carnevil stage, which is of course the second stage of Chapter 3 and the final one before Chapter 4 releases. Now this is the hardest of all stages to get an S-rank on, I believe, because you have to keep track of all the clown gremlins and they can be decidedly hard to keep track of, especially in Zone 2. So while I don't find Zone 1 too hard these days, I do still have a lot of trouble with Zone 2. So far I haven't been able to get the S rank. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it today, but I'm going to try my best and show you guys basically what I do to get close to at least obtaining the S rank if you don't get it in this video.
Let me guess.
So what we're doing here is I'm actually using my speed boost and my teleport ability in order to get to the center of this sort of tent as quickly as possible. Now, before we actually activate the hammer down there, which cues a cutscene, you actually want to make sure you go up this ladder here to unlock the first secret, because of course, in order to get the S rank, we do need to get every secret in the stage, as well as a certain amount of shards. I think it's 250 for this stage, and a time of 36 minutes with less than 2 lives lost. So they're the criteria for the S rank on this stage. So we've got secret number 1, we'll head back down the ladder and now we'll go on and cue the cutscene.
Go on, press it. You know you want to. Live a little. Oh my.
Yeah, he's tested his strength, but obviously Bierce is like, yeah, that's not the smartest thing you should have done, because you just done exactly what I've said. And I think, you know, with this, just to go into a bit of story lore here, I think, you know, obviously Doug has been doing exactly what he's told this whole time, but he's obviously being tricked in some way by Bierce and Malik, or potentially both of them, you know, like, I don't know what's going on in the story, but Doug just sort of does whatever he's asked. And that seems a little bit sort of naive to me.
Luckier here in this world.
Okay, so we're into the level now, guys. We have to do this little slide thing. And we'll be starting off very soon. Okay, right, so best thing to do in this level, in Zone 1, take out your tablet and make sure you have got both your speed boost and teleport abilities, as we can see here. And basically just zip around best you can. As soon as one fills back up, like we've just got the teleport ability there, just use it to get around dangers, and the key is just to get your speed up. We want, you know, we want that need for speed. We want to get like a fastest time as possible. So basically the idea is here, you just want to keep moving. We're going to need to save all that time for Zone 2, because Zone 2 is really, really hard. And like I say, I don't know if I'll even be able to get the S rank for you guys in this video, but I'm going to try. We've done it for all the other levels, so let's keep going. I have been playing this a lot, and I've had a lot of failed runs, so this may be the run, I don't know. Okay, so this is the second, secret for the stage, which is just hidden in this room here. Make sure you've got that. This route that I'm showing you now is the route that I always take around the level. I go out around the outside of the right-hand side just to make sure I've got that secret so I don't forget about it, because I'm quite forgetful type of person. If I don't do something right away, I might, in my sort of anxiety-ridden state, forget to do it later. As you can see, the stun ability has quite a wide range, so you can actually take out the cars from quite a distance, and that's a good thing because this stage is hard enough as it is without having a short range stun ability to add to the mix. Problem is, I haven't got my stun ability at the moment. I'm going to try and let it refresh, and then I can use it on this car here. There we go. That didn't work. Okay. This isn't good. We've already got clowns releasing. So on some of my runs on this, I can actually do it without spawning in any clowns. On this one, we've already spawned one car full of clowns, which isn't good because now they're going to be running all around the level trying to capture us while we're collecting these soul shards. Now the good thing about this particular zone is there aren't that many soul shards to collect. The bad thing is, the ones that are here are all very sort of spread out. And also, of course, we have to find that red shard. So if you don't have both red shards, which are the bonus shards, we can't get the S rank. And I can hear the clowns coming already. Let's just teleport through here. There we go. The teleport really is your friend on this stage, as is the stun ability. Like, as you can see there. Oh my god, they're all going to catch us already. We're going to have to backtrack. Okay, here we go. And teleport. There we go. Nice. Man, I can't believe we actually survived that. That was too close. I almost think that sometimes it's worth uploading these runs even if I don't get the S rank, because they can just be fun to watch, I think. They're so tense. But we'll see how this one goes. I'm going down to the, or up I should say, to the upper level. I can actually see the red shard over there, so we'll grab that. Just to give myself a brief reprieve from all of the clowns that spawned in a minute ago. I don't know if they despawn if we stay up here long enough. Oh, we've got both cars here, so let's try and stun them. Oops, did that too early. Okay, that's not good. But luckily, that car didn't get close enough to spawn all the clowns within it, so we're good. But as I said before, this zone, you just got to keep moving all the time, and you've got to keep using both your teleport and speed boost abilities, because otherwise you're not going to have enough time left on the clock to physically get zone 2 done in order to get the S rank. What I'll also say is that zone 2 you need to take your time on. Oh great, we spawned in more clowns. Zone 2 you need to take your time on more, because there's a lot more dangers in zone 2, and it's a lot bigger than this first zone. Even though there's more shards to collect, it's sort of more spread out. I think we're all good for now. Let's just keep away from those clowns best we can. I don't know how I'll fill my time talking on this, because this is going to be like a half an hour long let's play. But I'll try my best to keep the commentary going. So, right, here we go, 22 left. Once we've got all the shards on this level, we'll dip down to the other floor and collect the remaining shards, and then teleport to the next zone. Apparently Chapter 4 is going to have up to 3 zones per sort of level, yeah, so... Oh my god, there's a clown right there. Good. Okay, we're safe for now. No, we're not. I can hear another clown. What the hell? Okay, let's just teleport around. The clowns aren't super fast. I think they're faster in zone 2 because they're frenzied, which obviously gives them a little bit more speed. But in this zone, they're not too bad as long as you do have your wits about you. Okay, that was close. Yeah, as long as you have your wits about you, you should be okay. So, I guess just follow kind of along with what I'm doing here. Try and replicate it in your own way, and you should at least be able to do the first zone. But yeah, I do think maybe the difficulty could be dialed down on this a little bit. The worst part about this stage for me is the fact that you need to get 250 shards as a streak, which normally isn't that big of a deal. I mean, it's a lot of shards, but because this level is so long and they're also spread out, it means that you have to get all but 30 shards in the stage to get the S rank. If you die before you've got 250 shards out of the 280 available, then you can't get that S rank. So it seems a little unfair. I would have maybe made it 200 for this stage, and that's just a little bit of feedback. If anyone at Glowstick is watching, I would maybe drop it to 200, because I think 250 is a little bit too brutal. You pretty much have to do the entire stage without dying to get the amount of shards that you'd need, which is crazy. Anyway, we're going downstairs now, guys. There's a stun orb over here, so we'll pick that up. Not that we particularly need it, because we've got like 7 shards left on, to collect, but never mind. So far, we're looking at about 9.5 minutes, I think. So not a bad time. I like to try and get this area done in about 11 to 12 minutes. So as long as we're under 12 minutes, I'm kind of satisfied. We'll go through this one first. And, oh no, they're coming from both angles. So we'll blast him. Make our way around. Now there is the exit, but we still need to get this shard over here, and then there's one just behind the portal to the exit that we also need to get, and I just missed that one. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the long way around, which is annoying because it means we're gonna lose time here. We are gonna lose time now, but I'd rather lose time and live than have to restart the entire run because I died before I got 250 shards. Alright, here we go, the final one. Let's just teleport. Oh, we can't get around that, I don't think. We'll go around this way. I don't want to risk teleporting into that clown, you see. And grab it, nice. That was kind of scary. I saw the clown coming towards us and I was like, I'm going to risk a teleport here. I'm going to risk it and see what happens. So here we go, guys, we've got to the exit. Teleport in there. And we're about at 11 minutes, so about where I'd like to be for the stage time-wise. Now, here's our first clown. You can sort of just pretty easily, you know, speed boost away from him, but just make sure that you obviously stun him before going for this secret here. You have to be really quick to get that as well. It doesn't give you a lot of time. Now, he should despawn in a second. There you go, and now we can go through here and ride the little funhouse cart. We get a little bit of a breather now. Get to relax for a little bit until Zone 2, and Zone 2 is the big one. Zone 2 is the tough one because Zone 2 has, I think, 230 shards more, and it has about, I think, 20 clowns on patrol. And the problem is, if one clown sees you in Zone 2, then all of his group of 5 clowns also sees you. So, yeah, it's kind of tricky. We've just gone through everyone's worst nightmare. A room full of giant clowns, which of course we will have to fight at the end of the stage. They are the boss fight for this stage. I always liked this part. This is one of my favourite bits of the entire game, I think. I love like the cinematic elements of Dark Deception because you can tell they put a lot of effort into making these. They just add a little bit of extra flair and a little bit of, I don't know, a time out from the collecting, constantly running, you know, elements of the game, which I think is important because if you were just running constantly the whole time, you'd just get tired out. Your brain would just collapse. So we're running into the funhouse now. Here we go, Zone 2.
What's black and white and red all over? I'd start running before you find out.
220 shards to be precise. And this particular stage has the worst area of the entire game in it, which is this sort of room full of, I think it's like mirrors originally, but they just look like poles. You can see it to the right of me on the map. Oh man, we've just attracted attention. But you'll know it when I show it you guys later, but the problem with that room with all the poles that I'm talking about is that enemies can see you from every corner of the map when you're in it, and it's really hard to find the soul shards within that room as well. So I want to try and probably tackle that last, unless I can get the clowns away from it early, because that is a sort of kill room pretty much. Can we make it? Oh man, we did. We've got to get through the room of cannons. We're going to stop, and now we're going to keep going. Okay, that's good. I was a little bit worried then. Okay. Also, yeah, you'll notice on the tracks here, you get this sort of runaway rail cart. Now, that will be an instant kill if it hits you as well, like pretty much everything else in this game. But of course we have to go around these tracks. I remember when the original version of this chapter released, that rail cart wasn't actually in the level. They hadn't like finished adding it yet, and I think they put it in with an update. So it was actually easier to beat originally this stage on an S rank. But I think there was another bug that prevented you from like getting it or something. I don't fully remember. Right, we've got 100 streak, so we only need another like, what is it, 150 more? Great. We can totally do that. Now, actually, when you're at the top of this section, which is really, when you're running like that, I mean, it just destroys your eyes, like epilepsy warning, I guess. But when you're at the top of this section, the clowns can't actually reach you. So it's actually quite easy to come up here if you need a breather from the level, but of course we haven't really got time to take too many breaks. But I think when you're being chased, sometimes it's advantageous to just come up here for a breather, see where everyone in the level is, like enemy-wise, and then go back down, stun them, and escape. That is a good tip. We can hear they're already chasing us, but... And there's a stun orb, nice. Yeah, that is a good tip, but we obviously have to be really quick, so we can't really do it too often, as I said. Now, these red things obviously block our path unless we speed boost through them, so I'm just going to clear that out of the way, but then I'm going to go back to get these two as well. I mean, this section is just... There's no real way to give you guys tips for it, because I find it really hard myself, and I've obviously never got the S rank on this stage. I can get the A rank fairly simply now, but the S is a whole other story, you know. But I can at least give you tips if you're struggling getting through this zone full stop. As you can see, it's important to keep track of the enemies with the Primal Fear ability. Now here, this is the room I was talking about with all the pillars. This is really, really, really nightmarish. There's lots of enemies around it now, so I'm going to just try and edge around the edges so that none of them spot us. And just collect a few of these shards and then get out. Oh, there's one very close to us, I can hear him. But yeah, because the more shards you can get from this room early on, the better. This is one of the places where you'll die the most in this stage, as far as I'm concerned. Oh no, they've seen us, we need to get out. Never risk it. If you get spotted in that room, just leave. Okay. So we'll go upstairs again just so that the clowns lose sight of us, and we can also collect all the soul shards that are on the higher level of this stage as well then. There we go. It really hurts my eyes, this part. It's so trippy. It's like kind of like an acid trip or something, isn't it? Feels it feels very like I don't know, eye popping, let's say. Okay, I'm gonna have to head back down in a second. I start getting nervous when we get to sort of 100 soul shard sort of range, because I then know we only need like another 70 to hit that S rank status. We need that 250 streak. Right, so what we want to have is the stun ability, and we want to go downstairs now and use it immediately. You see? Now we can actually get past him. And it might be good to go back to like the train tracks now, or perhaps through this ballroom here. Yeah, we'll take the ballroom. As soon as you break their line of sight, as soon as you get out of the clown's line of sight, they do leave you alone for the most part. Like sometimes they keep coming after you, but I think that's probably just like not meant to happen. But mostly if you break their line of vision, they'll leave you alone. So that is a good tip to sort of have in mind if you're trying to do this stage or S rank it. Just make sure you're obviously... Oh, I can hear one. I'm just going to get out of here. Yeah, just make sure you're breaking their line of sight. The other thing is to really keep in mind that they can actually get onto the tracks themselves. Just because there's a minecart on here, or a rail cart I should say, doesn't mean they won't venture onto the line here. So be very, very careful if you draw any onto the train track and then find, you know, that you have to come back here for more soul shards, just be careful that they're not wandering about to sort of run into you when you turn a corner or something. I'm just trying to find an entrance where they're not patrolling at the moment so that we can collect some more shards up here. Because my sort of way of doing this stage is to go around the edge a little bit, sort of draw them to the edges of the map, collect stuff around the edge of the map, and then go into the middle every now and again when there's some space to do so. I find that if you leave it until the end of the stage to go back into the middle, you can die quite a lot. So I do like to mix it up between the middle and the edges, even though it takes slightly longer to do it that way. I also like to try and get the cannon sections done fairly soon as well. Because, of course, the cannons, I don't know, they're an instant kill and they're a trap, and just better to get them out of the way, isn't it? Now we've picked up the red soul shard, which is really good because now that means we've got both soul shards for the stage, we've crossed that off, and we've got the S rank for that part of the stage. We can also see the enemies walking about now, so we actually know exactly the direction they're looking in, which is very, very helpful. So we can see that one's just gone into the central hub, so we can go past him. There we go. And, oh, another one's seen us though. Might be good to go back to the train tracks on the outside now and just keep collecting. You'll see on the left, actually, here, there's a little secret room. Now we need to go in there to collect the final secret for the stage. I'm just going to go back up here to quickly get the soul shards we're missing because we've just seen the minecart go past, which means we've got time to do that. Had a little hitch there. Sometimes the game likes to freeze up. Okay. Right, so unlock the secret here. There we go, done. Always have your teleport ability ready as well when you're on these tracks, because if that rail cart does show up and just take you by surprise, even if it comes up from behind you, you now know, oh, I've got my teleport ready, I just need to turn to the relevant direction, keep your ears open for it, and then just teleport past it, and it's not that hard to avoid. Oh my god, there's more clowns. Why? Why'd it have to be clowns? I actually don't really like clowns. I haven't got a straight up phobia of them, but I do find them really creepy and, they're not my favourite. Okay, we can hear a few are getting very, very close. Yeah, I don't want to risk this. I'm just going to go sort of head back up this way. Get past him. I always think I'm going to accidentally teleport into them when I do that. So it is a bit of a risk to do that. Like, in theory it should work, but you never know how closely you're going to sort of pop in next to them. So I do think teleporting past enemies like that is kind of a last resort. Oh man, they're all around. What are we going to do? Okay, let's go up here. We just need to find like a good place to mine for soul shards that we haven't, sort of been too much. If I could just find a big stash of them. We need to get to 30, I think. If we get to 30 without dying, then that's our S rank for that section of the stage done. That's 250 shard streak sort of sorted. Well, we've got 200. Very nice. Okay, only 50 to go then. And look, these ones actually can't see us. They're all just waiting for us at that doorway. That's kind of quite good because we can sneak past and actually go into the mirror room and collect the remaining shards, hopefully. Unless someone else sees us. But this is actually really good because this means that we can never have to come back into this room for the remainder of the stage. Which should mean that we can get a fairly easy S rank from here. Well, not easy, but simpler. We actually have done it. No way. That's pretty awesome. Okay. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy. As long as we don't die now and we get to 30 shards, I think I can probably do this and get the S rank. Because I know that I can usually do the boss without dying. And that will mean that we essentially have 2 lives to spare with only 30 shards left on the stage. But we've got to get to that 30 first, because if we don't get the 250 streak, then it's a rip run, so to speak. Press F in chat, if that happens, as they say. Oh man, I can hear one right behind us. Okay, he's gone. I just like to double check. There we go. I need to get close to these guys, stun them, and then pick up this soul shard. And we'll actually go past and down here. This doesn't feel good. Wait, they're really close. They're very close. Man, I don't know which way to go. I think we need to try and find the outside of a map again. Oh, okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. That's actually really scary. I'm really confused. I should perhaps use my vision to see where these clowns are. Don't know. Oh no, I missed one actually. We only need 15 more shards until we get the 250 streak. This is really getting nerve-wracking now. Okay, so we can see the clowns are actually quite far away from us. Oh my god, there's one there. Okay. Okay. No, I can hear one. They're all around, what the hell? No, oh my god, there's... Why did I do that? I could hear one right behind me and I thought if I just teleport away from the... If I just teleport away from the cannons at the right time and then double back, but it didn't work and I've just died. Well, that's the run over, guys, but I'm going to keep playing because I've been playing this so many times now. I've had about 10 attempts at this. I'm just going to keep playing and get as close to S rank as we can. I can still try and get all the other criteria for S rank, and then, in my mind at least, for showing you guys a video on it, that's good enough. You know, I'll get it on my own time. We were so close to getting the number of shards that we needed, though. That's the annoying thing. Like, in 2 shards time, we would hit the 250 streak. So we literally missed out on it by about 10 shards. And that really, really annoys me, if I'm honest. But I'm going to stay happy and calm. And we're going to finish the run because it's still a good run, let's be honest. I haven't made that many mistakes. It's been going pretty well, and I think it serves as a good tutorial for you guys to put you in good stead to get the S rank yourselves. Oh, I can hear him. There we go. See, that's what I was talking about earlier when I said about how to teleport around it efficiently. Just do that. If you hear it, just back up a little bit. But yeah, that's really annoying to know that we just missed out on it by that, and that is why I think, I was saying earlier as well, they should downgrade the amount you need to collect on this stage to 200. I just think it would be a lot more fair, a lot fairer, you know, if you could just collect 200 for this stage, because that's still a lot to collect, especially at the pace you get shards on this stage, but it's just not quite as brutal as, oh, you have to get all but 30 on the whole stage without dying. Because that seems like a bit sadistic, you know. Maybe do that for hard mode, but not like normal. This is fine. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. We've only got 8 more to get, guys. We're actually having quite a good run. You know, I think I've had 1 death. And I shouldn't have really had that death. I should have planned it out a little better. If I had known there were so many shards around the outside of the map still, I would have just gone back out to the outside of the map and gone around the tracks. Anyway, we'll stun these guys. We've got 1 there. Oh my god, that was bad. I hope I don't actually lose more than 2 lives. If I lose more than 2 lives, I will probably throw the towel in, because I wanted to at least get S rank for every other criteria in this stage, you know. But we can still do it, we can still do it. Right, we've got 2 shards to get. There's one up here, and then there's one somewhere else. So there's one by this godforsaken room. The other one is through the room that I hate, the mirror room. Okay. Gotta also remember that Malik spawns when we collect that final shard. Oh my god, we actually got all of them. That was really lucky.
That's it. Now get to the ring piece.
Okay, is it gonna open? Oh my god. That was so close. I didn't think that was gonna open then, guys. I thought it was stuck. So we've actually done it with only 2 lives lost now. We just have to survive the boss and, of course, this little skirmish with these 2 clowns in this room now. Now these clowns spawn in, I think 1 now and 1 in a minute. We should get another one in a minute. So they're a little bit harder to avoid. Yeah, there we've got a second one. So I like to blast him at this point, and then he gets kind of trapped in that room like that. And it's just a case of now surviving until they both despawn. But they'll probably come back to life before the portal shows up. Yeah, there we go. Just like clockwork. And through we go. There we go. Nice. Alright guys, so boss fight time. Now this boss fight, some people find it really tricky. I find it quite easy. You've just got to be a bit daring with it. It gives you a little bit more leeway than you think beating this boss battle, but I'll show you what I mean in a minute. For now, let's watch the cutscene before it and see what Malik has to say.
I've got you now. Here we are, yet again. It's not going to go quite so well for you this time. I'll finish you off here and take your soul. That said, seeing as you're so capable, let's up the ante a bit, shall we? I don't want to keep underestimating your luck.
So there you go, giant clowns, giant clown
Keep
gremlins.
laughing while you die. Won't
Probably
you?
one of the game's most hideous enemies yet, especially if you're adverse to clowns. So, as soon as they smash their hand down, get your malice out and hit it. Each of these clowns will sort of drop in little clown gremlins which chase you around the level. They're quite slow though, so you do actually get a lot of time, as you can see there. We've just doubled back, and the clowns still haven't caught us. So you do get quite a lot of time to double back and sort of go in for the kill, so to speak, with the hands. Although I wouldn't push it too much, you know, I'm going to be careful here. There we go. You might notice there I've also just used the stun ability. That actually wipes the clowns out completely, but more will spawn in after. But yeah, I'm just going to be careful here because I don't want to die, obviously. Not after all our hard work. So there we go. And another hand. We've got time for this one, I think. Just about. Oh, so close. All right, let's teleport away. Actually, no. We've got almost a full stun. We don't need to teleport. There we go. Smash that. You do want to make sure, though, that you do save your boost and teleport abilities towards the end of a battle, because Malik is going to spawn in. I've done that a couple of times by accident, used them up too early. Oh my god! That was very, very close. I probably left that a bit too close, if I'm honest. Because I thought I was going to die then. Right, this should be the last one. So let's go in and smash. Done.
No! Impossible!
Right, we've got to get ready for Malik now. So get that teleport ready.
Your suffering will be eternal!
And teleport past him. Just made that. That was leaving that a bit late then. Okay, and then we just get our teleport ready again as soon as this boost runs out. Boom. And hopefully we make this. Yes, okay. Now, I don't think this will be S rank, but I think it'll be close. Oh yeah, look, that only one that we didn't get it for was for shard streak, and we were only 10 off that. If we'd had 10 more shards in a row, we would have done it. 32 minutes is a really good time because we get 36 on the clock. We've got 280 shards, we've got, you know, both bonus shards, all secrets, and we only lost 2 lives. That's pretty much an S rank, guys. I'd call that an S rank. I mean, it's not. I have to still get the S rank. But what I will say is, as far as these runs are going, I haven't got time to keep recording these. So this is going to be my S rank. I know it's only an A, but hopefully by the time Chapter 4 comes out, I'll be able to show you that I have got the S rank. Of course, we don't actually need the S rank until Chapter 5 comes out, because you only need the S ranks to unlock the true ending at the very end of the game. But I hope you have enjoyed this series where we've been going through and sort of unlocking all of the different S ranks for these different stages. I'm sorry that I didn't quite get it for Crazy Carnival, but hopefully this is close enough, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some useful tips if you're trying to go through it yourself. With that said, thanks for watching today. If you did enjoy the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one.